Welcome to Life in Times of Cotto. I am your host, Jay Cotto. And in today's segment, I do want to discuss how, sometimes the universe speaks to you in ways that, it's pretty unexpected. Now, and the reason why I'm saying that is because lately I've been kind of on a down, I've been kind of on a downside of things. And, it's not anything serious. It's just more of like, I want to continue doing this, but I also got to figure out what my brand is and how I'm going to portray that. And, is what I'm doing relevant, so on and so on. It's your daily stuff. But I'm going to explain to you why I feel that way. So, me being on that down, questioning all things being, if this is relevant or if this is something that's possible. I had a conversation with my daughter, and this is kind of going to be a part 2 of children teach you things sometimes. So I was having a conversation with my daughter who wants to do a school play. Now, in doing that school play, she wants it's the Lion King. No, I'm sorry, Aladdin. I apologize. So it's Aladdin is what the school play is, and she wants to try out for the parts of being Jasmine and things like that. And my daughter wants to pursue a career in some form of entertainment, whether it be dancing or acting. She does have her own channel, and she does. She wants to pursue this. So one day, taking her to the bus, we're communicating about this, we're conversing about it, and I'm telling her, well, you know what, if that's what you want to do, then you got to put out the best. You got to give it your all. You got to give it your 100%. And even if you don't get that part, prepare yourself for the following part below that. So if you can't be Jasmine, then be the Iago, or be the lion that talks to Aladdin when he tells him he's the diamond in the rough. Be the diamond in the rough, right? So be the best that you could be for whatever part it is that you're trying out for, even if it's the most minuscule. But just make sure you do the best that you can for that, so that way you could be the best in that. Go all out. So having this conversation with her in the morning, it dawned on me that I'm giving her advice in a space that she may feel that she's not really sure that she's going to have the ability to pursue or to get that part. I'm giving her advice based on what I think she should do. But at the same time, realizing that the advice I'm giving her should be the same advice that I should be following. And it turns out that it couldn't have come at a better moment, because like I said, I was on a down. I was kind of on this place of like, oh man, I don't know if I don't know if this is taking off the way I want it to take off. I don't know. And again, it's work, and it's work that I'm willing to put in. It's work that I love putting in. But I was in that space of not being down. I was in that space of being down. I'm sorry. And I couldn't figure out where I wanted to go. And that came in a moment that, damn, man, some things are very relevant. Some things are very telling. Your children, if you pay attention sometimes to the advice that you give them, if you pay attention to just little daily interactions with them, they can tell you a lot. They can teach you a lot. You just got to give that ear. You just got to sometimes pay attention to the little nuances that they give you. And at that moment, she taught me something in the advice that I'm giving her. Go all out, put it all out there, be the best Jasmine you can be. I should be the best podcaster, video creator. I'm not going to say influencer. I'm not influencing anything, although I could be influencing somebody to be highly motivated. So, in this instance, I'll use that. But be the best creator that you can be. Go all out. Put your best foot forward. It's either you're going to be very successful or you're still going to have a great time doing what you're doing. And that's the biggest takeaway that I took from that. Very telling that, number one, I should be doing this. Because if I'm giving her that advice and I'm realizing that the advice that I'm giving her should be the one that I'm taking, is telling me that I should be doing this. Number two, if that's what you enjoy doing, like I've said a million times before, continue to do that and make sure that whatever you do, you're enjoying it. having these moments left me with a sense of, and I'm gonna take it somewhere else in this instance, and I apologize for that pause because it did bring me to another thought of, again, a show that I was watching, and someone asked, how are you doing today? And someone asked that person, how you doing today? And the response was, sometimes when somebody tells you that, take note of how you're actually feeling. Don't give a generic response of, I'm doing good. Take note of actually how you're feeling. How are you feeling? You down, if you're down, what are you down about? Take note of all the positives that are going in your life and all the negatives. And pay attention to how sometimes those negatives aren't necessarily destructive. You could be worrying about something that's completely irrelevant, but you're giving it more weight than it deserves. And that's kind of what was happening to me. And that's kind of what my daughter taught me in that conversation. I'm overthinking. I'm sitting in a place of thought, not producing, being unproductive because I'm giving weight to something that shouldn't really have that kind of power. Anyway, that's all I got. Do what you do it well, do it the best way you know how. J. Cotto, I am out. Peace.